Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to welcome you all to yet another insightful session of the Glass Academy webinars in association with Ethos Empowers. We are thrilled to have you all here as we continue to explore the ever evolving intersections of architecture, materials, sustainability, and innovation. In today's session, we explore how well placed glass elements can transform residential spaces, bringing in expansive panoramic views while keeping the interiors comfortable, secure, and energy efficient. Our speaker today will walk us through projects where the right glass choices have helped blur boundaries between the inside and the outside without compromising on temperature, control, or safety. Whether you're a student, a young professional, or a practicing architect, this talk offers practical insights into designing homes that feel open, connected to nature, and resilient in the long run. Introducing today's speaker, architect Sahil Shah, a self made architect with nearly 7 years of professional experience. Architect Sahil Shah is deeply passionate about the intersection of art, architecture, and nature. He believes that every structure has the potential to become a work of art and that the land itself can be shaped as a beautiful canvas. This philosophy led him to pursue a master's degree in landscape architecture from VIT's PVP College of Architecture, Pune, further enriching his design approach. Sahil's design process is visionary, rooted in problem solving, user centric thinking, and a strong commitment to creating biophilic spaces. His work seamlessly merges architecture with its surrounding landscape, resulting in structures that are both emotionally engaging and environmentally responsive. At his practice, Sahil leads projects that combine material sensitivity with a deep understanding of natural elements. He pays particular attention to integrating outdoor views, enhancing thermal comfort, and using materials like glass with purpose and precision to balance performance and aesthetic elegance. Sahil continues to explore how thoughtful architecture can elevate everyday experiences, creating spaces that are both functional and inspiring. So, without further delay, let's welcome architect Sahil Shah and explore how the right glass choices can beautifully frame views and maintain a seamless connection between indoors and outdoors. Welcome, architect Sahil.
Hello. Hi, Amine. Thank you so much for a beautiful introduction of mine. Thank you so much for having me here.
Sir, Sahil, can you tell us a bit about your journey as an architect? What inspired you to start your own practice, and how has this experience been so far?
Yeah, yeah. Well, so I would just like to start my journey from my college time only because I started my working professional time since my college time only. So when I was in the second year, when I was pursuing my architecture, so that time I was very much engaged with the local architects and other architects also to work for an experience purpose. So I was very lucky to have an experience working with Achut Kanvinde sir's office in Delhi, which is KRC. And since then, I was working as an intern architect over there for 2 months of that time. And when I was working with him, then I got to know about more of architecture, more of detailing how architecture can be designed. So that was my experience in that office. And after that, when I came back to college, then I got to know that how can we actually involve these things in my academics. Then simultaneously I was working with other 2 3 architects in Nasik as well, where I got to learn about interiors as well. So while working till my fourth year with different architects, I got to know that I am just I just need to more learn about landscapes as well, because architecture, interior, and landscape. So throughout my journey, I used to follow Jeffrey Bawa, architect Jeffrey Bawa as well. So his philosophy always used to fascinate me. So according to that, then I thought that I'll go for an internship to an landscape architect office, so I'll get to know more about landscape. So I visited, I worked with Varsha Gavandi landscape architect in Pune, where I got most of landscape experience. My landscape, I got to know that these 4 to 6 months internship cannot, teach us about landscape in a full fledged. So the journey, then I, started working as an architect after finishing my bachelor's. But I thought that I must do my masters in landscape, so I can, you know. Do justice to landscape as well, because landscape is just not, putting trees and everything. It is more deeper than this, having just botanical aspect in the landscape. So scaping the land, understanding the context surrounding and everything is was the, main thing in landscape. So this is how I started my journey with architecture, interior and landscape. And now I, as an architect, I feel that without having an understanding of landscape, architecture and interior, you cannot design the structure which can, justify the users expectations, I guess. Yeah.
That's really insightful, and it's definitely an experience that every architecture student dreams of and wants to do. After you started your practice, and once you started taking up projects, we can see that a lot of your projects reflect a strong sensitivity to context and surroundings. How would you describe your core design philosophy, and what values guide your decisions as a designer?
Actually, yes. Context is very important thing while, working for any of the project, because if you are not considering the context in your design, then I guess we are not justifying the requirement of users as well. Context is very important aspect when we are designing anything, to, reflect the sensitivity about the context. So it helps us to shape and design the structures and satisfy the users expectations as well. Yeah. So according to this, my philosophy is always to, consider the expectations of users, and also and psychological relationship with the architectural spaces, interior spaces and landscape spaces as well. Because when someone is going to use the space, because see, the architects are the only person who are going to shape the whole world. I feel so. And the whole world we are designing only for humans. Simultaneously, nowadays we have this thought process that we must understand the landscape and other species which are dependent on our landscape and our surrounding as well. Also, when we are considering humans who are going to stay there, who are going to be there, who are going to work there, then the surrounding has to be according to the requirement. So the special quality of the structure, then the importance of landscapes when we are, involving that into the your architectural spaces. So that correlation has to be there. It helps us to, increase the efficiency of the space. Yeah.
That's absolutely right, because design, as you mentioned, is very important not just for humans but also for all other species. While designing these projects, or before you start any of these projects, I'm sure landscape is one part of it. But are there any other principles or steps that you always follow, whether it is related to site analysis, whether it is related to materials, or the user experience that one is going to have in that space?
Yeah, being a landscape architect, we actually work on more related to site analysis, where we consider topography, we consider climate, we consider surrounding as well, to understand that what are the site surroundings which can help us to, increase the efficiency of the project or efficiency of the architectural space. Because site surroundings help us to understand the natural sources, the resources, sun path, wind, climate and everything. Simultaneously, if we consider context is a very important thing, where we take context as an historical references as well, the surrounding, in which way surrounding is already there. Because we don't want us to, highlight our project, but we want to merge our architectural space into and surrounding. So understanding context is really important. Context is again important when we consider climate at a micro level and macro level. So considering those things, we must understand the context as well. And when we consider user experience, as I said earlier as well, that user experience is the most important thing. If we are not considering the user experience, then we are not designing it for the user. Because you see, we can do the similar activities in multiple spaces. Like I can have my office on mountain, I can have my office in an apartment, I can have my office in basement as well. But as an architect, what I can provide, if even if I have an office in basement, but how can I provide a space which is very peaceful and blissful, where I can work and I can work efficiently. So that is what, and that is how an architect's role come into the picture, that how we understand the user experience, understanding, keeping context in the mind, and then site surrounding in the mind. So all the three things comes together, and then only structures comes up. Yeah.
That's absolutely right. Having a knowledge of context and designing as per that is absolutely very important and of utmost priority. So, how do you think? Uh, say, if you have to say, how does glass, play a role in connecting the interiors with the exteriors, and then also merging it with the landscape?
Um, Glass, actually, if we are considering glass nowadays, glass has an multiple properties with glass. So glass is not only glass nowadays. Glass can be used for an merging lines between indoors and outdoors. Glass can be become a strength as well, can become a structural support as well. Glass can become an element to reduce the heat gains as well. So it is just an understanding of multiple types of glasses and uses of glasses, which can be incorporated in our design and can be used smartly to enhance the aesthetics as well, enhance the climatic conditions as well, enhance the views, or to enhance the surroundings. We can capture the surrounding views with the help of glass. So there are multiple aspects which can be considered and can be used in a multiple ways. Yes.
So, from your recent experiences of working on different projects, what do you think are the key challenges that designers or architects face when integrating glass with buildings to balance aesthetics, comfort, and sustainability?
So as I said that there are different properties of glass. So to tackle some of the problems in the project, when we select the glass, then we'll have to select the specific type of glass. And to select the specific type of glass, it comes with the cost as well. So the way we are using these glasses in multiple high-rise building as well, which are green buildings. So in green buildings, when we are using glass, then we'll have to use e-coated glasses, where the solar heat gain we are trying to reduce, but that comes up with the huge cost. Again, then glass as a structural element. So now in one of my project, we are going to create a bridge in between two buildings, where we are using glass as a bridge. So structural strength is also is a challenge when we want to use it crazily in our design. So there is one swimming pool in one of our project, where we are using a small slit below the swimming pool, which which is again a challenge to how do we understand the waterproofing with the glass, again the structural strength of the glass. Again, nowadays, for the view and aesthetics, we are using huge glasses in all our buildings. But again, as an architect, some of the time we consider the privacy also as an important thing in our project. So there are actually some solutions to it also, which are design solutions, where we can have a good view from inside, but also from the privacy from the outside. So there are some challenges architect can face. Yeah.
Amongst all these type of glasses that you mentioned, what is it that excites you the most? What is it that makes you more enthusiastic to design, uh, to have the freedom to design, as you mentioned, crazily.
Yeah. So glass, actually I feel the only flexible material in the architectural industry, because if you can see, we can mold it, we can, we can use in any of the way. See, if I want to make my structure lighter, then I can use glass at the all the four sides. Then I have option to use reju glass, toughened glass, then laminated glass as well. So these are some of the types of glasses which can be used, right? So I guess there are multiple ways in which we can use the glass. Yeah.
That's absolutely right. And since you're also a landscape architect, you must have seen how, a lot of urban areas, they struggle with a lot of heat retention because there's a lot of hardscaping that happens. What do you think? How can glass be used in combination with landscape strategies to counter this heat retention effect?
So I'll tell you one thing. In landscape, there are multiple things. One is plantation. Then the second is land and its scaping. Then material which we are using in land. So to keep those alive, like if I want to keep my plants alive inside my structure or outside my structure, then I'll have to give it water, give it sunlight and everything. So glass is a material which can help me to give sunlight even in indoors and outdoors as well. So to reduce the heat, what I can do is I can use glass as a pergola or any of the material from which I can get the sunlight. But the use of some climbers, creepers, and other plants, I can create a shade as well. So what happens? The whatever sunlight we are getting, it is absorbed by the plants, and plants always have a water in it, and it creates that humidity kind of effect in the that area. So it add water into the that area. So solar effect becomes reduces with the help of plants. So use of plants and glass together can create a beautiful microclimate as well. So we can reduce the heat retention as well.
That's
Also,
absolutely right. Yes, please go ahead.
yeah. So providing permeable surfaces below the glass areas. So that also helps us to have a breathable indoor space there. So these are some of types which we can use in landscape with the with simultaneously with the glass. Yeah.
I think that's absolutely right. The correct positioning and the correct type choice of glass can definitely improve the landscaping that we can do indoors as well as outdoors.
Yeah.
While talking about these large scale projects, do you think the scale or the typology of a project can change your approach to selecting glass? How do you think? How do considerations differ between small residence and larger commercial or public buildings?
Okay, so actually, this is totally related to the user and user experiences. So, if we consider using glass in residential areas and glass in commercial area, the use or an activity happening inside the structures are really different. So, residence is more private, more intimate space, and more cozy space. So, there we really expect and privacy, more comfortable microclimate inside the structure. So there we think that how we can reduce the heat gain, how we can cooler down the temperature inside the structure, how we can get the privacy, and how we can get the peaceful environment, or we can capture the surrounding landscape inside the house. But when it is considered in a commercial building, so commercial building can be an high rise or a low rise as well. But when we consider it as a commercial building, so mostly nowadays we are using air conditioning in all the commercial spaces. That has become an compulsion to each and every area. But in commercial spaces, we use glass to lower down the you know uh, density of in indoor spaces with the help of glasses, using for partitions and multiple things. We literally lower down the density of the indoor spaces and get connected to each and every spaces, because we have multiple different spaces inside the commercial areas like offices, staff areas, pantries, conference area. So using glass as a partition element inside these areas, so it increases the interaction and becomes more work friendly, I guess. Yeah.
I think that's very insightful and something that we should also think about while designing different scales of buildings and different types of buildings. Because we are talking about different scales and of buildings, uh, nowadays we can see that there is a rise in green facades, in the kind of roofs and the skylights that are being provided in these bigger scale projects. How do you think can glass help landscape architects bridge the gap between built form and natural systems, especially in climate sensitive developments?
uh, I guess there is a phrase used by Jeffrey Bawa that there is nothing like an indoor and outdoor. So his philosophy was to connecting indoor and outdoor spaces in a way that you won't be able to understand that what is indoor and what is outdoor. So he, as an architect and a legendary architect, I follow him very, you know, with my heart. So understanding his philosophy and the way I am working since 7 years in this field. So I have also used glass as an element where I can blur the boundaries in between indoors and outdoors. So in this, glass is an element which can be used as a covered space, but also we get a natural sunlight as well. Also, we have a good view. We can actually have a we can bring greens inside our indoors with the help of glass as well. So the boundaries in between indoors and outdoors can be covered or sheltered with the glass to feel like having landscape inside the structure. So glass is providing a shelter or a indoor kind of feel, and nature with that also giving a experience of having this space at the outdoors. So this is how glass helps us to create an illusion to be in outdoor spaces, even if being in a all covered and indoor space. So that's the most beautiful quality I can say, that we can use that glass and have that experience. As an architect, we can create that kind of space. Yes.
That's absolutely right. And I think we have gained a lot of information and insights on how you can use glass, what kind of glass can we use, also the placement and the challenges that one can face while using glass in different scales of projects. Thank you so much for sharing all these insights. Now we are excited to see your work in action. I would like you to take us through your presentation, showcasing how you have used glass thoughtfully to frame stunning panoramic views and create this seamless indoor outdoor connection.
Sure, sure. Thank you so much. I'll just start the presentation. So I would just like to introduce one of my project, the House of Frames. So I will just give you the brief introduction about this project. This project is situated in Maharashtra, Pimpalgaon, which is surrounded with the residential areas. So this is the project, how it looks. I will just go through the plans. So the if you all might got an insights of how the whole project going to be, because of its name, the House of Frames. So in this residence, the challenge was to in involve landscape into the project. Because the plot area was very small and also surrounded with the residential areas, all four side of the plot. So what we have tried to do is we have tried to bring nature inside the structure and framing from all the direction when we are entering into the structure. So this is an ground floor, if you can see. So this is the north. So while explaining the project, north is really important. So this is the north, this is east, south, and west. So when we are entering into this house, we have created a lobby on the ground floor. Then we have this servant area, and we have this staircase and some of the green pockets. So how we are framing the landscape inside this structure, that I'll tell you. When we enter into this lobby area, we have a huge glass door which is facing towards west, where we have a landscape area here at the ground floor. So from here we are framing this whole landscape area. Then again, when we are sitting into the lobby, we have created an indoor landscape area which has a pergola above it. So from lobby we can still feel and enjoy this landscape area here. Then as we go on the first floor, so when we enter from the staircase, we have a courtyard on the first floor. So this courtyard is, courtyard has a glass at north side with the jali at the north side. So we are getting a diffuse sunlight throughout the day, and we have a puja room as well. We have one tree here which is almost 20 feet high, and this whole courtyard is open to sky, only covered with the glass and pergola above it. So we are getting a huge amount of natural light. So whenever we are walking through the structure, we see green from each and every direction. So when we enter here, we have this courtyard. When we are into the living room, we have these planters at the outside of the windows. Then when we are into the balcony, we have this indoor courtyard and these planters also. Then again, when we are into the dining area, we have these planters. So we are trying to frame the landscape at each and every corner of the house. So when we go on the second floor, so we again have a huge glass opening towards this courtyard, where when we are again entering on the second floor, we have this glass. Then from the secondary living, we have this sitting bay window, from where again we have this view of indoor courtyard. Then from the bedrooms and from the balconies as well. Then there is one more interesting part of this house is the swimming pool which we have provided on a second floor. So whenever we are coming out from this bedrooms in the morning, we have this east sunlight coming in. We have provided this jali from where that sunlight is going to get percolated. We have one more water fountain here which is coming at the swimming pool at the second floor. So when east sunlight is coming from this side, then whenever we are walking in the morning, you get a rainbow kind of effect here. So it's an actually ritual as well, that in Hindus we give water to sun in the morning. So that is also because the sunlight from the that water comes on our body, and it gives a very spiritual effect and a positive things as well. So this is how we have tried to create that. And then with the help of glass, we have created this, covered this courtyard and this pool as well, to get privacy here. So I will just explain you things in section as well. So this is this pool and this fountain coming from the terrace floor, and this is the door which we have, which helps us to get east sunlight inside, because it's a glass door. This is that courtyard where we are trying to get the north sunlight inside the central core of the house. This is the front elevation. This is the area where we have a swimming pool, and this is the area from where we have this waterfall falling down at the second floor. So these are some of the views of the swimming pool area, from where that water is getting falling down. This is the courtyard area. So there is one more project which is an brick villa. So this project is situated in a serene landscape of Vetarna Dam, and the client had a land area of around 100 acres, which has multiple landscape areas inside it. So we are using 1.5 acre for the farmhouse here. So this whole farmhouse is made out of natural stone and brick. So this is the whole site which has a view of Vetarna Dam here. So we have a Vetarna Dam here. So if you can see the whole planning, it is planned in a way where we have a quoted as a central space as an element is really interesting, because wherever we have a natural landscape, we are trying to frame that with the windows, and wherever we do not have an opportunity to have a landscape, we have created a puncture inside the structure where we can have a landscape inside. So this is the main entrance where we have a dead wall of this kitchen. So we have created a small coated which help us to you know have a stack ventilation and a connection to the above floor for a staircase. Then when we are entering into this living area, we have this balcony with the huge glass door which view on a Vetarna dam. Then again, when we enter into this dining area, we have these two balconies which are also with the toughened glass sliding door, so which also gives us a view of Vetarna Dam from here and here as well. Then again, from this bedroom we have this view of Vetarna Dam. Then these are two small windows which are towards the main entry area. So we have provided very small windows on a little height which has a seal of zero point 0.9. So from here we are having this landscape as a focus. Then this is our mandir, where we have a dome kind of structure and also have a view from all two sides of one swimming pool and a landscape outside this structure. So if we can talk about the context as well, then this is in Nasik. So we have tried to incorporate the ghat kind of formation in whole planning as well, and as well as the planter box all around the bungalow area. Also, we have created some of the sitting spaces in this planter area. If you can see, these are the sitting spaces we have created at all around the planter box. So this is how it becomes more interactive as well for the people staying inside the bungalow. Then going towards the first floor. So this is the first floor area where we come from here at this passage. Then we have one bedroom here, and one bar or a family area here. So here also we have considered view landscape as a primary element. So this balcony towards focus towards the Vetarna Dam. Then this family sitting, we have a full height glass which focuses towards the Vetarna Dam. And then we have this L-shaped balcony, which also have a view of Vetarna Dam. Then we have created one machan here, so which gives us an view of mountains here, and we have this bridge connecting to this machan here. So I'll just explain you things in photos as well. So these are the outdoor spaces where we have created this arch with the glass doors, which helps us to give a clear view to the landscape area around the structure. This is that bridge which is connecting to the Machan area, which is covered with the glass and with the climbers above it. So it gives us a little bit shady area here. So less of heat gain and have a comfortable walk through it. So if you can see, so we have these arches opening towards the Vetarna Dam. For the thermal comfort, we have used this natural material red brick, and also an cavity wall at the all external facades. So this is the bar area, which has a full height glass to have a view of Eterna Dam. Also, an glass pergola above it to get the natural sunlight, and a sitting bay window where we can, enjoy the view and have a drink as well. So these are the typical windows we have provided in the whole bungalow. The most interesting part of this bungalow is we have not provided any of the grills at the windows, because we have used laminated glass, which are bulletproof glass, so we can avoid the structural members, to where we can have a clear view of the Veterna Dam. So if you can see, this is the Veterna Dam. We can see we, we have almost used all the natural materials like Kota stone and Kadapa stone at the flooring and all the other areas. So this is how we are trying to frame the landscape at each and every corner. If you can see, this is the balcony at first floor master bedroom. So this is also that L-shaped balcony, which is having a view of Veterna Dam. Then there is one more interesting commercial project, which is a very small and cozy office space. Uh, this is an Avan Design Studio office. So we have a very congested space at the side margin of the building. So where we have very limited scope to have a landscape and everything. But how we have tried to achieve a natural sunlight landscape, outdoor and indoor spaces, and the connection, the things what where we are trying to blur the lines in between indoors and outdoors. So I'll try to explain that as well. So this is the main entry to the campus. So this is the open to sky courtyard, from where we enter into the porch area, which is covered. Then we have a small waiting area which has a pergola above it, which is where we're having a good sunlight here. Then we enter into the office area, which has, this is kind of studio. So the basic requirement was to have a interaction with the staff always while into the office, because to have a creative work we always need to have a interactive space. So this is an staff area, and this is the main owner's cabin. So sliding we have this sliding partition, which helps us to convert this whole office into a studio when it is required, and we can again convert it into a cabin when it is required for the meetings and everything. And this space is also connected with the courtyard and natural sunlight, and also to get a soothing sunlight, we have provided pergola above it, so which help us to reduce the harsh sunlight directly into the office area and get a good light for working. So this is how section goes through. So this is an backyard court, which is here, and from here we are getting diffuse sunlight with the help of this translucent glass. And then this space become more cooler and more user friendly. This is the section from the entrance, which I told you that this is the open to sky space. Here we have a porch area which is covered, and then we have this skylight at the waiting area, and then this is the office area. So I'll just run through the photograph. This is the waiting area which has a skylight above it. Then this is the working area, studio area, which has a view of outdoor courtyard here. Then this is the view how we convert the space into a different thing. So this is when the whole glass is whole the partition is covered. We have used fluted glass here to get privacy as well. and this is when we open the glass, it becomes a more interactive space. So we have used half fluted and half clear to again transfer the light and give it a very lighter element inside in a very small area office. So this is main cabin. This is door towards backyard court. This is backyard. This is translucent glass to reduce direct heat. This is the outdoor area for the staff to have lunch. This is how it looks from the west side. So here also we have used laminated bulletproof glass, where we can try to avoid grills and everything, which actually hampers the view of outside. So we have tried to use a clear glass, laminated glass. So this is how I have tried to use landscape and interiors and architecture together. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you so much for walking us through your projects and your presentation, Architect Sahil.
Yeah.
It was insightful to see how your design sensibilities, right from sketches to what it is becoming today, consistently celebrates context, comfort, and connection with the outdoors.
Yeah, thank you.
In all three projects that we recently saw, we noticed that there is a deep sensitivity to framing views while balancing privacy and openness. How do you strike that balance, especially when you're working in such varied site contexts?
Yeah, it's really important to consider the context, as if we have a very beautiful landscape around us, and if we are not framing it, and if we are not capturing it, so we are not doing justice to the site. So it is really important to have always that in your mind, that we must consider context while designing. Yeah.
In the last project that we saw, that is your own office,
Yeah.
we can see that there is a lot of use of modular elements and adaptable spaces where but just by opening a partition, the space becomes huge and much more interactive. Uh, this idea is becoming quite popular nowadays. Do you see this idea of flexibility and multifunctional use of spaces becoming more and more adapted by people in the near future?
Yeah, definitely. Because nowadays, what is happening, if you can see that people are more into their, more into their social media and everything. They are they are becoming very conservative, and that is actually reducing the efficiency of work as well. But understanding our older roots and older context, that how people used to work, interact, and produce a good impactful things. So in my office also, when we have created this studio kind of experience in my office, so you can see that it's not only about architect Sahil Shah working as an architect in the project, but as a team Avan Design Studio, we all the members, we interact, we discuss, we create, we talk about things continuously, and then it becomes very helpful for us also to solve the problems in our office only, because interaction is the only solution for each and everything. We cannot stay in a cage and explore all the lines possible. So we'll have to become together and discuss, and then explore. So this multi-purposely usable spaces are really very important in each and everything, each and every space. As you can see, nowadays we are having open modern kitchens as well in the house. So that is also helping one person to do multi purpose things that kids are playing in the living room, mother is cooking food inside the kitchen. So multi-purpose spaces are the most important thing where we can reduce the increase the efficiency of the person working inside the space. Yeah.
I think that's absolutely right, and it also comes as a great message for a lot of these young designers, as you mentioned, that we don't want to be into closed spaces, but we should be more open and more interactive to a lot of other things and people as well. So I think this also stands as a good message to all these upcoming designers. I think with that, we come to the end of the webinar.
Yeah.
I would like to thank you once again for sharing your journey, your ideas, and the beautifully grounded design thinking behind your work. Your projects remind us how thoughtful design and the smart use of materials can truly shape spaces that are functional, inspiring, and deeply connected to their surroundings. To everyone who joined us today, thank you for being part of this conversation. We hope this session leaves you with new perspectives on how design can bridge boundaries between indoors and outdoors, and how innovation in glass is enabling that transformation. We'll be back soon with more such insightful discussions. Until then, stay curious and keep designing with purpose. On behalf of Glass Academy and Ethos Empowers, thank you once again for joining us and generously sharing your work and expertise. See you all in the next webinar.